Can get a small branch in the beginning.
Sorry.
So we can whether we can have a small branch in the beginning, a small overflow.
Yeah, sure. So, and the last session, right? So, what we saw is that
Uh,
basically we understood what is user. So, for user creation, we saw that we have a separate menu called system administration. So, wherein we saw what is user and why do we use this user login. We saw that we are attaching this responsibility to the user, and that is how we are accessing all those functionalities, that is entering the employee or maintaining it or retiring the employee. All those functions are given by this responsibility, and how we are able to access this through responsibility is through menus. So we saw that there are multiple submenus and functions attached to this menu, and after attaching it to the responsibility, we were able to see those details. Okay. And then after seeing this one, we saw that reports. So in order to get those details, we saw that we have something called request set. So under request set, basically we will see all the list of reports. If we want to include or exclude, we can do it. So based on this, we are getting all these details, and we are able to see the HRMS module there. And also we saw a few features there wherein if we want to enable or disable anything, so how do we do it? So that's at high level. And then we saw something in the HRMS. So how to create an business group.
we started creating business group.
Yeah, yes. We saw a business group. I think, yeah, before that we created location and then we created business group. So yeah,
Let's pair of creators.
yeah, so we created business group and then we created our HR organization. After creating organization, what we did is that we basically created one sample employee. So it's not with complete detail, but we saw the basic employee creation. Okay. So after creating it, what we saw is that job and the position. So that is without hierarchy. We just saw simple raw job and position how to be created. Okay, so this is what we saw. So probably we will see each one of the field today. I mean, inside this employee maintenance. Anything before that?
Because, can you create from first from the beginning? Can you create, for example, Reliance Trader, how we created in that we can.
From company you are saying.
Yes, we created a Reliance business organization. How to how to create from the beginning.
Okay, so
Excuse me,
uh,
sir.
yeah, hi.
Hi,
Hi ma'am.
sir. I
Hi.
was late, sir. I was in office. It's a bit late, sir.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. We did not start. We were waiting for you. So just now we are starting.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, sir. Sorry
Yeah,
for
no
the
problem,
late, sir.
no problem, no problem. Yeah, so we'll start.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So what we will do is that we will create another setup probably. So I'll start with location. Okay. So let me create one for HW. Okay. So I just
Oh,
created this location. I gave name and address. Okay. And apart from that, if you want to capture additional information, we have something like DFF. So what does DFF mean is that descriptive flex field. So what it will do is that basically it will give us flexibility in terms of storing additional information. So now we don't have any DFF details inside it. So probably we will see it at later point of time. So how to create this DFF and how to use it and what are the places that we can use it. So all those details we will see that later. So for now, it's at high level. Extra information will be used through DFF. Okay. Yeah. So this information we can store it here and probably we can get through the context value. Okay, so that's about the location creation. So we are done with the location. So next step
So
is,
once we create the
yeah,
so once we create the location, whether we have to save it or it automatically gets saved.
no, it will ask you, like if you just let's say I just entered it and I'm just trying to close this. It will ask whether you want to lose the data or you want to save this. So if you say okay, it is going to save the data.
What about that, sir? Local.
Yeah, local is something that, so we have two things here. So one is global. So if I say global, which means I can use this for any organization. But if I say local, which means it is specific to it. It is like public and private. So public is like accessible by everyone, but whereas private will be access to us pertaining to let's say inventory or not inventory arc, the HR arc. So whatever the arc that I'm mentioning it here, so that will be attached to it. So apart from that, if I'm trying to attach to the other organization, I will not be able to do it. So that's the difference between it. Like if you see the thing, it will say scope. So scope is at which level is what we are trying to define it here. So always it's global. So very rare cases we will use local.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
It's
Nothing,
a
sir.
great result.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. So the next step is to create our business group. Okay, so have given the basic information, that is naming convention for our business group, and I changed the date from the current date to 1st of January. Okay, so I will have to save it. So I'm just saving it and I'm giving the classification as business group. So this is where basically system will understand whether this is a business group or this is an HR organization or this is a legal employer or this is an just an employer. So this is where we are defining all those information. Okay. So we have attached a business group. So the next option is to give the details of the business group.
after-
Okay, so the application number and the employee number, we have an option whether to use it as manual or the automatic. So I'm just choosing the automatic option for both things. Okay, and then we have the flex field structure. So we saw a few information when we are creating uh, uh, the position and hierarchy. So wherein we used the seeded one. So that is given by Oracle. Okay. So if at all
So,
I want, yeah,
one doubt, sir.
yeah,
So in flex field sector, we have to know all the details about the flex field now.
yeah. So basically
There are
this is,
many for
yeah, yes. So this is test environment. So you will see a lot of flex field that has been designed. But if you see it in the fresh environment, what you will see is that you will see only this job flex field or the cost flex field. So whatever I'm typing it here, so those are the information that you will see in the fresh instance.
example for years about cost allocation.
Yeah. So the reason why we will have only this is that in test environment we can create any number of flex field, whatever we want to create, we can create. But in
But
yeah,
job,
you want to see the flex field?
what's that?
No, you are asking something.
Ah, it's for since it's a test environment, we are using a name as common question flex field and the competence flex field as the name is there. In
Yeah,
case of job, we have to use some other flex fields. So
yeah,
it means we have to study the entire flex field now and the row what the flex field do.
yeah, correct. Okay, let's do one thing. So let us create one flex field for our job and position. So then we will understand it clearly. So what I'll do is that I'll navigate to general ledger and I'll take out the flex field that we'll be attaching it there. Okay, so the navigation is this that we have setups under setups financial will have flex field and we will have to take the key flex field. So first I will define the segment and probably after that I will go for the value addition. Okay, so I'll take the job flex field. So after clicking this, I'll just say control down arrow. So which will create a new record. So I'll just give HW underscore position. Okay, so this is our detail and here I'm not giving anything because if you see, so this is view name. So why we will use view name is that let's say I have three different applications that will be interacting with my HRMS module. That is entirely different. Let's say SAP and other module, other platform. So now, if I want to integrate between both the application in terms of what do you call fixing up the field mapping. So what we will have to do is that we will have to set up a common or the unique value. So here, since Oracle has given a common value that is a view name, so I can use this. So I can just give any name here. I can probably copy the same name here, whatever I have given here, that is HTTP position KFF. So this I will share it with my SAP partner. So he will access my DB and he will retrieve the data using this particular view name. But here in test environment, we don't have any such cases. So I'm not entering anything. So I'm just leaving it as it is.
So one another question.
Yeah,
So
yes.
what is the exact function of a flex field?
So flex field is used to store any type of data. So if I want to store data in a secured format, so I will need a flex field. So whatever that we are seeing it here in Oracle, so we have something called value set. So this value set will be used most of the cases, and very few cases we will use value set and flex field. So this flex field is nothing but combination of segment which allows us to add the value. And when I want to select this value, unless the data or the value that is being entered in the system, I will not be able to select anything. So this give me an security and this give me what do you call the more of a controlled nature and in terms of managing my reporting. So this will be helpful. So that is the main purpose that why we will use key flex field to store our job and position. Because if I want to just give the free field, so I will not have any control on it. So whatever I wanted to enter, I will enter. So today I will enter. So other day we were seeing. So if I want to enter accountant today, I will say today ACCOU and TNT. Tomorrow I will say
No.
ACC, and the other day I will write something else. So the data will not be consistent. So that will be completely inconsistent. So when I take report tomorrow, let's say I wanted to understand how many accountants that a company wants inside this particular branch office. So if I want to run the report, I need to have a common parameter as an accountant. This is the job that this person is holding. So unless
Oh,
I stabilize this level, that is at the job or the position, whatever we want to call, so I will not be able to derive the report properly. So I will
okay.
have multiple breakdowns
Mm,
because one user will enter ACC and the other user will enter accountant. So for this reason, we have this key flex field wherein it stabilizes the data that we are entering in a way that it has the value set. Inside this value set,
mm,
we are giving the values, and whatever values that
okay.
we are giving it here. So this is
Mm,
approved by the particular department. After consolidating all those things, after approval, we will
okay.
loading this values. So this is the proper data that we can use it. So this gives an
The
organization to have the proper data instead of having some random data.
so it means if for the each and particular role there will be a separate unit text field.
Yeah,
That if we
correct.
type in a for an accountant there will be text field. Once we type this value, that flux will produces this information.
Yeah,
Similarly, for purchase officer, we will have another text field value. So
yes,
if we use that name, this flux will provide you. Is
yes,
it correct, sir?
yes, correct,
Mm,
correct. So unless we have values inside this value set, so we'll not be able to use it, or we cannot even proceed with configuring our what do you call the job or the position hierarchy. Okay. So probably we will see once we complete this one, you will get those details, why we are using the key flex field and what is the use of it. Because what I will do is that I will create this key flex field and I'll go back
mm,
to the application. I mean, this one, what do you call the job flex field. After creating our organization, I'll show that and then you will understand how this is protecting our data.
okay.
Okay, so I'll just say, let me say job code. So segment one is nothing but the place where this particular values will be stored. Okay, so I'm just so it's not necessary that we will have to store only in the segment one. So anything I can give it. So I'm just trying to give it in the sequential manner. Okay, so now we have created segment. So next step is to create the value set. So what I will do is that I want to create for this particular segment. So I'll just click here and I'll say value set and I'll give values. So let me just give the same combination. And here, if you see whether how I wanted to see this information in the system when I enter any value. So how do I want to see? So whether I want to see the list of value. So the list of value is commonly used one. So if you see here, so we are seeing three values. So that is list of values, pop list, and long list of values.
Long list.
So here we have only three records, so we will not have issue. Whatever we want to, even if I give long list of values, it is going to show the same three values. But if I have 100 records or the 5,000 records, for those cases, I cannot give long list of values because it is going to show the entire list of things. So by scrolling down, I'll not be able to figure out anything. So instead,
Okay.
what we will do is that we will go for list of values, or probably if you want to use the pop-up list. So that is not suggested for job code because pop-up is something that it will just appear and we are going to select something else. But in our case, we might have probably 100 or 200 records, wherein we will have to select from one.
Mm, mm,
Okay, so most
okay,
convenient is list of values.
okay.
So I'm just selecting this. And then here, if you see, we have security type. So what is security type is that basically if we want to have security in the sense that, let's say I have 10 different organizations. So I have
Mm,
one office in, let's say, area one, and I have another HR org in area two, another one in area three. So now I want to have a proper security wherein only this particular unit will be accessible. So in this case, what I will do is that I might use the hierarchy. So when I say hierarchy, we have organization hierarchy and also we have the values hierarchy. So now we are speaking about the values hierarchy. That is, let's say I give this for department. So when I speak about department, probably there will be a case wherein we will have one department and under that we will have sub departments also. So for those cases, we will have the hierarchy list also. So now we have hierarchy with security and hierarchy without security. So with security is nothing but whatever the parent value. Here, the parent value is nothing but we have five departments under one head department. So this head
mm,
department, we are calling it as an uh, what do you call the hierarchy with security. Okay.
mm.
And when we say
Oh, okay.
non-hierarchy, this head department, whatever we have given there, so that is not going to apply for my child values. So that is the sub department of one, two, three, whatever it is. Okay. So that is the difference between each one of it. So I don't want to give any hierarchy in values. That is, I don't have the concept of segregating department based on the heads and the other things. So for now, what I will do is that I'll just give non-hierarchy security. Okay. And then we have format validation. So how do we want to use it? So these are the values that is used for reports. So the date and time, these things are used for reports. So for our case, what we will use is that we will use either the characters or we will use number. So number, if we say number, which means I will not be able to use any characters. That is, I cannot use A or B or C. So I should input only the number. So I'll say character. So here we can limit the character. So I'll say sits. So the reason why I'm giving it only sits is that this will create a performance issue. Because when I say 30 or 40 here in the size, it is going to give me a big list of value. So this will add space in my DB. So I don't want to give much space for it. So I'll just say maximum size is 6 because we are not going to use more than 6. Okay. And then here, if you see, we have value validation. Okay. So value validation is something that how do I want to store my values? So now when I say dependent, which means this depends on something else. Okay, so let me take this case. So I have department called finance and accounts. So this is headed by, let's say, CFO. And under this, I have different, what do you call this thing? So I have accounts differently and I have finance as a different department. But it comes as a head department with under CFO. So now when I say dependent, so my finance will come under F&A, that is finance and accounts, and again the otherwise also. So now this particular department called finance that will come from finance and accounts, which means it is creating a parent and child combination. So this kind of segment we call as an dependent value set. Okay. And then we have independent. So independent is something that it doesn't depend on anyone. Let's say I have only one department, that is finance. So I will not have any such thing called this will be dependent on something else. So that is not the case. Okay. So that's about the independent. And then we have pair, special and table. So other than that, we have translated version of independent and dependent. So the pair, special and tables are used for reporting purpose. So wherein we will have the data stored in the table and from there we will derive our values. So the values will be stored always in table. We will not be able to enter anything in the front end. So that is used mostly for the reports because they wanted to store the values in a secure way. Because here anyway, if I have access, I will be able to edit it and change the data. But whereas if I have given it in the table, I will not be able to do it. So only the technical resource will be able to do it. So that is the reason we have this thing. So these are probably mostly used for the reporting purposes. Okay. So these are the validations that we have. So I'm just selecting this as an independent. Okay. Any doubt till now? Yeah, fine. Okay. So similarly, I'll create for the other segments also. Okay. So now we will attach the value set. Okay, so I have created it. So always we should make sure that we have enabled this option, enabled and displayed. So unless we check both these options, we will not be able to use this particular segment. Okay. And flex field qualifiers are used for compliance purpose. So this, if you see, so this is specific to French. So we don't have any requirement for that. So I'll just leave this open. I'm not selecting that. Okay, so I'm just saving this. So now I have this option called allow dynamic insert. So we saw yesterday that it will create the combinations on the fly. Okay, so I'm just giving this one, enabling this option so that I don't want to create the combination every time. Okay, so I have enabled this particular structure and I'm freezing the fetch field definition. So after freezing it, we will have to compile this definition.
So for once we get the flex field, we have to freeze
Compile.
the flex field definition.
Yeah, we will have to freeze it. And now if I want
Uh,
to edit something, I will have to unfreeze this and I will make the changes. So after making the changes, again, I will freeze this flex field and I will compile it once again.
yes. But the value set cannot be edited. No? Once it is given, the value set cannot be edited.
To change the values that you are asking.
Yes, sir.
Change, it's not going to restrict us, but it is not advisable to change the value set because what will happen is that let's say I have
Collapse,
created
no
some
collapse.
transaction and again if I change this after making the transaction, it will definitely create the data corruption issues for which even Oracle will not support. So for that reason, it
Okay.
is not advisable to change after making the transaction. So now I have just compiled it. Now if I identify it and if I want to change it, I can change it now. But after making any such configuration, at least before creating the business arc or the attaching before that, I can do it. But after attaching to it, it's not suggested to change anything inside this structure.
Okay.
Okay, so when we say compile, it is going to trigger an program. So that will say that if there is any validation issues, or this is good with compiling. So yeah, no issues. So it went normal. Okay, so we are done with the fetch field definition. So next, what we will do is that we will give values. I think I gave it as position.
That's it. Position.
Yeah, by mistake I gave this as a position. Okay, it is actually a job fetch field. So by mistake I gave this. Okay, so I'll just say find. So now if you see, I don't have any values inside it. Okay, so I'll just add a simple record. Let me say job code as, or let me give only the job code. Okay, so I'm not giving any information to it because what I want to do is that I wanted to create a new one and let's see how system behaves. Okay, so now we created one value for job code. So now if I want to create for the other one, I'll just place my cursor here and I'll say down arrow. So this will take me to the next segment. Okay, so the next one is, so again, this I wanted to give it in number. So I'll say 9012 and this name is accountant. Okay, so I created for this. So similarly, I'll create for the identity also. Okay, so I'm done with my this configuration. So now what I will do is that I will go back to the business group configuration that we were doing and we will attach it there. And then we will see how we are defining our job flex field. I mean, job flex field values. So this is our name, that is HW business group. So we just saved it. We did not give business group information. So I'll just change these details. Whatever we created now, I'll just give it there. So the job flex field that we gave is that HW. they should show the values, but for some reason it's not showing. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me create a new one.
The new business group, sir.
Yeah, new business group. So this is the one that we created.
We created now. No.
Yeah.
So then means here that's some the cost allocation flexibility. These are already created one.
Yeah, we are taking already created one for all those flex field combination. So
Okay.
except the job flex field that we created. So whatever the values we want to add, so we will query
Oh,
this particular flex field and we will add the values. So only for this
okay,
one
sir.
we have customized it.
Okay, sir. Only minute, sir. Can you go to the option side?
Options.
Sir. The side with option.
Okay.
It means is a job flexible. For example, it means someone has already created the flexible
Yes,
and it will
correct.
get stored here. So in some case, if we need the flexible, we can use it. Correct, sir.
Yes, correct.
So similar to it for all the flexible, the same function, sir.
Yeah, same
It is
function.
the same function.
Yeah, same function. Only the thing is that if I don't want my structure to be in this format, that is, in our case, if you see, we gave three parameters. That is
Mm.
job code, job name, and the
Identity.
identity number. So if someone don't want to capture the identity number or they want to capture
Mm.
something else, they will not
Mm.
use HW position KFF. They are going to create a
There
new
is
one.
someone needs to.
Yeah, they are going to
So
create.
that means I have to know about the entire type. Uh, for example, if here Akmal job case,
Hmm,
it includes some details. For example, it includes identity number,
hmm,
job number alone.
hmm,
In similar case, for example, Apple job flexible, it consists of some other parameters up to 5 parameters. Is it
hmm.
correct, sir?
Yeah, correct. So this is completely based on the business requirement, like how they want to
Okay.
manage it.
If some customer requires a new one, I will create a new flexible. Since there
Um,
is no XC, I will check. I will check with the entire flex field first. If there is any possibility to match with it, if there is no possibility, I have to create one. If there is
yes,
possibility similar to an old one, then I will go with the old.
yes,
Is correct,
correct.
sir?
Yes, correct. But most of the cases, what we will do is that we will create a new one. Because mostly client will ask for their custom data capturing mode. So this flex field,
Oh,
whatever we are saying, is only to capture the data basically. So
mm,
what they will ask is that they don't want to capture the information in the standard way, mostly. So they will ask for the custom option. So that is when we will create the custom flex field combination. So here again we
okay.
have multiple options. So we have information to be captured under groups, and then we have job, and then we have costing, position, competence, everything
Mm,
is there. So these are the flex field that we can use in order to generate or capture the information.
mm.
Okay. So now we have just used
That
the.
means for each and every flexible, you have to know about the details.
It's not that,
For example,
I mean, if we want to know, we will just take up this particular, we will copy down this flex field and we will be able to identify it, but we will not customize all the flex fields. So mostly, as per the requirement that I have seen, so it's mostly for the job flex field and the position flex field. And few cases,
okay.
grade flex field as well, because they have their own custom way of capturing the grades of an employee. So for each, in case it goes to the top management, they have different way of capturing the grades.
Uh,
So this way we will have the requirement to customize it. So that is when we will go to our key flex field and we will configure our own structure, and then we will add our own values. So
okay, got it.
yeah, so the process is same. So but it depends on the requirement whether they want to customize it or use the standard one. So in our case, we are using the standard one, except job FlexFit.
Job flexible.
Yeah. Okay. So we created this one. So next, what we will do is that we will create one HR organization.
Within the business group.
Sorry.
So now we created HW new business group. Now within it we will create a HR option.
Yeah, HR R that we are creating is under our business group called the
Ah,
BG1.
okay.
Okay, so I have just given the name and I said that this is an HR organization. Okay. So these information we will see at later point of time. So now I have just given the basic information, and let me close this page. Okay. Yeah. So now that we have created this one, what we will do is that we will try to create the position, job and position. So first let me take job. Okay. First let me create a new job group with the BG that we created. Okay, let me create this now. Okay, so I will have to set up the profile option. So for now, what I'm doing is that I'm just giving the standard profile option. Because what I have to do is that I'll have to create a separate responsibility and then user, and then through that I will have to come back again from step one. So for now, I'm using the Vision Corporation. This is the standard one as a profile option. So to show this particular option, the fetch field thing, so I'm just showing you this. Okay, so now we created with HTTP. So I'll just take the one that we created. So now if you see, so we have the job code, job name, and the identity number, whatever we give. So now if I,
Position first field we gave so that you is getting the
yeah,
is
correct.
correct, sir.
Yeah, correct. So now here if you see, I have only one value
Mm.
because I gave only one value there. So whatever I gave there, it is being reflected here. So unauthorized entries, whatever I wanted to make, I will not be able to make it. So that is the thing with our spreadsheet. Okay. So what I will do is that I'll just give one sample record. So this is first and 2020. Okay. Yeah. So these are the mandatory information, and if I want to capture additional information, so that I can use this option called extra information, or probably if I want to calculate this one, the grades and the other things, so that is also possible using. Okay, so I can give a score for it, and I can value the employee, so how he is performing and all those things. Okay, so that's about the job. Okay, so now we will, yeah, any doubt on that, or we will move on to employee.
I will move to employee.
We'll move on, sir.
Okay, so I'll just create a new one.
This is people, sir.
Sorry.
This creating is people, sir.
Yeah, yes, people. So here people is nothing but employee. So employee is named as people here.
I mean new one.
This no, it's not that we will have to register only new. Also the existing employees we can register. So how we will register is that using this option. So how I will identify whether this is new or the existing employee is that using this option. So if I say
Okay.
create applicant, which means this is an new employee which has applied with my company. But whereas
Okay.
the existing employee who missed out or migrating for the first thing. So I will have created this as create employment, and I will mention this person type as an employee.
Okay.
So this way I can segregate and identify.
First time means we have to give everything, sir.
Yeah, yes. So
Okay.
we have lot of information inside it. So whatever the information that we want to capture, so we can capture. Like if you see here, so we also have the option to upload the pictures. So it's not that everyone will use it, but there are few companies that they will use it. So we have attachments and the other option. So using that, we can load the employee pictures also.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just say create employment. So this will ask me whether this is an employee or buyer or contract employee or person. So I'll just give this as an employee. So now if I save this employee number will be generated.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll just give data first. Let me say. So there is a mild difference between correction and update. Okay, so update is that replacing the value, but whereas correction is with existing value, it is just making the change. So whether we are having the audit or not is what making the difference. Okay. So then we have other information that can be captured. That is the personal information like the status, nationality, and if he is a disabled person, all those information we can capture in this page called personal. Okay, and then we have employment. So employment details that we can capture. So there are few complaint specific details.
So what's the WITS 100 here?
Sorry.
What's WITS 100? I don't know. I have
Yeah,
not
these
heard of
are
it.
these are like complaints requirements. So based on that, we have these details that has been populated. So for example, if you see UAE, so UAE has a
Hmm.
different set of complaints requirements in terms of managing visa and all those things. So accordingly, the pages will change based on the country of origin that we are trying to implement. So how this has been
Okay.
captured is that when we pursue the license, so by then we will give all those details. So with this, all this compliance requirement and everything will be managed. So for example, if you see India case, we have the India business scenario, wherein the farm
Hmm.
itself will look like different because we have PF and the other components also will come in. So we have
Hmm.
different records. So based on the origin, basically we will see different fields that is being seen.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so that's about the employment and then office information. So this is also not mandatory, optional. So if I want to capture the office and the location and the email ID of the person, so I can capture this. And let's say I also want to capture the mobile number of the person. So I can use the additional information or the extra information to capture that information as well. Okay. And then if I want to capture the latest profile of the employee, so I can manage it here. So the last uploaded and the other information I can capture it from here. Okay. Yeah. And then the BG check. They will do basically the background verification whether this employee is holding, I mean, whatever the record that we have submitted, basically they will do background check so that we can enable if at all the check is done. So we can give the data. So when this BG is done. Okay. And this is to terminate or retire an employee. So this we will see it at later point. So for now, we will see other information. So these are like what do you call the additional information. So here itself we will capture all the name and the other things. But if at all I want to capture the different preferred name and the previous last name, so I can capture it here in the further names. Okay. And then medical records can be captured under this particular tab called medical. So we can capture the blood type, and we can capture the last test date and the disability information, all those things. And again, we have option to capture additional information using the EIT, extra information, other things. Okay. Yeah, and then our daily schedules and the other options. So these are like the schedules and the status of the report. Okay, and then we have benefits and the thing. So basically, these are like plans. So US kind of countries, they will have more plans and these things involved in it. So this depends on the country of implementation. Okay, so at high level, it's like medical insurance and the other things. So those details we can capture it here. Okay, and then we have address. So if I want to capture the person address, telephone number, all those things, so I can capture it here. For any communication, I can use this page. Okay, and then there is an option to upload the picture as well. So this will open up in a different page wherein we can just select our picture and we can upload it in the application. So this is the seeded option given by so we can utilize that. Okay, and then we have special information. So special information is nothing but the additional information that we want to capture. So here, if you see the what do you call the disabilities. So if I want to capture the disability information, so I can capture it here. So what kind of disability that I have. So I can just enter it and I can capture those information. So again, these are like additional information. So there are a lot of things that we can capture inside this. Yeah, so these are related to payroll run and the absence and the other things. So probably we will see when we say the payroll module. So for now, that's it. So the next thing is on the assignment. Okay, so I'm just changing the organization. So that's what I was saying. The difference between update and correction is that update will keep our history. So now earlier I had Vision Corporation. So now if I click update, it is going to keep both the records. That is Vision Corporation till when and when this HR organization has been changed. So that will have the audit history also for update option. But whereas correction, it is not going to have those audit history or history of the changes. So it is just going to correct the data. Okay. So yeah, so now we have given these details. So what I will do is that I'll just check on group call this.
So location you have to change now.
Which location?
We created
Yeah,
India
yeah,
only now.
yeah. Yes, yes, solution.
Accountant job.
Yeah, accountant is the one that we created. Uh, I think whatever is inside Division Corporation, so this is being displayed.
Okay, yeah, got it. DigiLock.
I think we did not complete this part. Uh, yeah, job and position we did not complete, so that's why it's not.
Hmm.
Job we created, position we did not create it.
It's automatically generated, sir, that number.
No, we gave this flex field combination, right? So from there it is picking.
Oh. Mm-mm.
Yeah, so if you remember, so we created this flex field combination. So we
Uh-huh,
gave it,
uh-huh.
yeah.
So whether we have to save it.
Yeah, we saved it. That okay. So we will create one position also with it.
Position.
Yeah.
Jan 2.
Yeah. The issue was that the business group that we created is with multiple things. So that's why it is going here and there. Okay. Hmm. Okay, let me do one thing. I will just create a new setup with a new responsibility. So probably after that, we'll see. Now if we see, it will be confusing. I don't want to confuse it. Okay, so what I'll do is that I'll create a new setup and probably we will continue tomorrow. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, fine. Any doubt that you want to ask?
so from
Sir, you
beginning can I say?
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah, yes, yes. Tell me.
Sir, can I explain from the beginning?
Yeah.
For first we have to, for creating a business group, we have to know about the business.
Yeah,
Once the
correct.
business group is created within the location, from the location we create the global business group.
Yeah.
From the business group, then we go with uh, the internal organization. For example, if there is a name, Reliance System conglomerate. Today we created HW. HW group is a common one. Within HW, we created some other group company. First, we have to create.
Yeah.
Then after creating it, we have to after creating the business group, then we have to check with the availability of flex field.
Yeah, correct.
If there's an existing flex field, we will go with the uh, previous flex field. If a customer's requirement matches with the previous flex field, we will go out with the existing. If we ask for something new, then we create a new flex field. For creating new flex field, we'll go to segment and we'll create value sets.
Correct.
Once we created it, the flex field is created.
Yeah.
After setting the flex field, then we'll go with the job and position.
Yeah, correct.
Job and position. Once the job and position is created, then we'll create the new user for the organization.
You meant to say employee?
Employee. We will create a
Yeah.
new employee for organization.
Yes, correct.
Then each and every employee we have to create. But once the initial step is the biggest one. For example, setting up the flex field and the position is the biggest one. After for every employee, we don't need to go for create business group. Once a business group is created, it is common. That's all. The business group is completed.
Yeah.
But for the position and for each and everything, we have to create a flex field. And once again, we have to go give this position, give this responsibility, enter this data. Is it correct, sir?
Yes, correct. The flow.
Now only I got some clear picture.
Yeah. Yeah, Asha, you are saying something?
Sir, that one, you send me one link, na, sir? App link.
Yeah.
That one opens, sir. Then next, what we do, sir? I'm not getting, sir, that one.
So basically, you will see this navigation icon. But the version number is correct, right? So whatever the version I gave in this one.
Sir, one doubt. How to update to Java 75? If I open Java 75, I don't know how. There are many websites.
That's what you can, or else I'll try to load, but setup I cannot load, I think. I'll try. If not, probably we'll see in the next. Do you want to share the screen now?
Sir,
can you ask for? Can you ask for a new environment for us? For setting up a new environment. So, can you ask for setting up a new environment for us? For installing Oracle in our system.
New environment.
Whether can we install Oracle in our system also?
That I'm not sure. Probably I'll check with Suresh. He can give a new environment separately. Okay, let me.
That's okay.
Okay, fine. I'll speak with him and I'll update.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else?
Sir, one doubt.
Yeah.
For each job and role, we have to update the skills. No? That's confusion.
Yes.
For each job, for example, for accountant, we will create a flex field. Similarly, for an deputy officer, consider a similar role. Let's consider purchase officer.
Okay.
For him also, we create a new flex field.
No, flex field will not create. We will add values inside that one flex field.
Okay. Common flex field, but the values will add.
Yes.
For every business group, the flex field will be common.
Yeah. Yes. Correct.
Only the value for the position and the job will be varying.
Yeah. Correct.
Correct, sir.
Yes. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else?
Nothing, sir.
Okay. Anything else, Asha?
Yes, sir. Sir, can I share my screen? Can you see one, sir, that one?
Yeah, sure.
I will on my laptop, so 1 second, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I share.
Okay. I think Firefox is at a higher version. You should take version 40 actually.
We have to update Java in this. Java 72, we have to update in this.
Yeah, Java also needed, but this is that
Sir,
higher.
sir, sir, can you try with the Internet Explorer?
Yeah, Internet Explorer we can try, but sometimes you'll have issues actually. Yeah, maybe we'll see if it's working in Internet Explorer. Yeah,
Sir,
so you can click this one navigation button. You see on top near the star you have on the left hand side. No, on the right side you have a star on top. Yeah,
yes, sir.
left side to it. No, just nearby star you have this navigator icon. Yeah, that is it. So now just come down, click the general ledger. Yeah, general ledger vision operation USA.
Yes, sir. See, this one only, sir.
No,
Down,
the
down.
vision operation
Ah. Mm-hmm.
error will emerge.
Sir, the problem, you have to update Java, sir. Then only it will be.
Okay. Can you take the Java version that you installed?
Sir,
Java
me,
version.
sir, I don't know about Java, sir. I have not still.
Okay, no problem.
Yesterday I tried it, but yesterday I tried to open. Then only I got then only I had a clear picture. I have not heard of Java. First time I'm hearing to
So
Java. I don't know how to download this.
just open a new tab and type Java version 7 update 75.
Ma'am,
Hello.
hello, ma'am.
Sir.
Yeah.
Ma'am, create open a new tab.
New. Oh,
New tab open.
tell me, sir.
Yeah. Type this one. Java version 7 update 75. Yeah. Yeah. Just download that.
Download now, sir.
Yeah. Download now. No, not this is the one. So this is different item. Open the just go back and open the different link.
Sir, can you show it on your screen, sir?
Okay. Mm, or else just give me 1 minute. Just give me control.